I am challenging myself. It is a sad day in the shed quarters, people. Now, first up, shed corgi is fine. He's old and smelly, but fine. Now, the sad thing is that it's Summer Night Sunday right now. And, well, I'm not there. I wasn't there for Summer Night Saturday, or Friday, or even Thursday. It's very sad to miss out on the biggest car show in the Southern Hemisphere. Again. So, I'm going to put away my sombrero for another year. If you've been to the Summer Nats, then you'll understand the sombrero. But not going has left me some time to think. And, well, I don't want to miss out on it again next year. And I don't particularly want to be walking around the show. So it's time to throw down the gauntlet and challenge myself to build the Bitza for next year's show. Now, if I just say I'm going to challenge myself, then it could easily slip by the wayside. So what I'm planning is, as soon as entries open, I'm going to pay my fee and enter the Bitza. All the parts of it anyway, because that's all I've got at the moment. So that's the challenge for the year, is to get the Bitza going. Well, get the Bitza welded into one piece and going. So, there's another very famous Mini that's been all-wheel drive on the internet, and it took them 10 years to build. So, we're going to try and do it in one. My problem is that I don't actually have a working engine in the shed, so we're going to have to go out the backyard and find something. Let's go do that. Alright, well, in the last video I mentioned that the driveline was going to be a Honda. No, I didn't specify what it was going to be. Now, this is a Honda CR-V. It's got a K24 in it, it's all-wheel drive, and makes about 160 horsepower. Had a spoolie boy, and it just goes up from there. Now, K-swap the world. Yeah, it will probably end up with this, but there's another option. Now this is a Honda CB600 Hornet. It makes around 104 horsepower at 12,000 RPM, and it will fit in the boot of the Mini. So I'm going to use this attached to the gearbox of the X-Trail. I think I can make it all pretty much fit inside the boot of the Mini, and that way I will get to retain the rear seat. So, what do you think? K24 or CB600? This will sound amazing. Which one do you think? Think we go with this one or that one? And we'll go in the shed with it, okay? Is that what you want to do? Alright, let's do that. Oh, wait, I need this. I'll meet you back in the shed. Just kidding. I can't really use the motorbike engine in the way I wanted to, so we're going with the K24. Now this particular version is the green version. It's also very environmentally friendly for the local rodent wildlife, and well, it's got a dead battery as well, because it's been sitting in the yard since July of 2020. It's been sitting around for a while waiting to get disassembled, because I bought this as a parts donor for the Mini. So let's see if it will run. I've had the battery charger on here for 24 hours and it's still charging apparently, so it's not looking great. I'll put the key in and try it. Well, that was unexpected. It's running. Now, I had actually tried to do this a couple of times this morning with no luck. So, yeah. Something smells a little warm, but you get that. Now, yeah. Let's see if it'll move. Well, it moves, and you may have heard there that the drive shafts aren't real happy. It's only got the front two drive shafts, the tail shaft out to the back's been removed and lost long ago apparently. Now, one interesting thing I've noticed is it's got a throttle cable going from the pedal through the firewall, around into this box, which then converts it into a signal for the electronic throttle body. A little bit more of a drive now. Well, it's up to operating temperature, and that smells like cooked rat. About the only thing left to do is actually pull this apart, but it's in really good condition still, apart from. So, what do you think, cameraman O?
Yeah.
Think it'll be fun to pull it apart and put the engine in something else, even faster?
No.
No?
How about we can leave her and sending this car to we can drive in this car every day?
You want me to... You sound like your mum. Just fix it so we can drive it, because it's much nicer than our old 4Runner. Gee willikers.
How about you can pull our battery out and put a new battery in this, then make it work and fix it.
We were just driving it, so it does work.
So that means you have to leave it like this forever.
Have to leave it like this forever?
Yeah.
This isn't fun though.
Yes it is.
The Bitza will be fun, but then again, in saying
Okay.
it, one of these with a huge turbo in it would be an amazing sleeper. Everybody's like, K-swap the world, but then like, what if you actually put a huge turbo on the car that came with the K-series? So, damn it. I am cursed with the eye for potential. Anyway, I'm going to do something. Probably charge this battery a bit longer actually. When I first tried to charge this battery, it was so flat I had to jump start the battery charger because Gone are the good old days where you could just put a battery charger on a battery and it would start charging. This thing needs to actually register that the battery has enough power to be a battery or something. But it's so annoying having to jump start a battery charger. Stupid. CRV runs and drives, does handbrakey turns, has absolutely no traction in the grass because it's missing its tail shaft. There's something wrong with the rear diff because, well, it was making weird noise, so the previous owner pulled the tail shaft out and then promptly lost it. So, yeah. Don't think we need either of those where we're going. But the engine and gearbox is going to be very handy. We're going to put that in the middle of the Mini, so it'll be a mid-engine, selectable all-wheel drive, so either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, K24 powered 1960s Mini with an A-series engine in the front, gutted down to be a fuel tank. Now, I would love to keep the rear seat because I've got two little munchkins, but I don't think that's really going to work. I did have a cunning plan. Now, what I was thinking of doing is making an adapter to go onto here and onto the sprocket on the side of the motorcycle engine. And then I could just use this gearbox as a forward-reverse gearbox and use the sequential in the motorbike engine to drive it. Unfortunately, the gear ratios are all just a bit wrong for what I want to do, so we're not going to be doing this. And it would have fit really well. However, the gear ratios are just not quite going to work the way I want them to, so I'm just going to give up on that now before I even cut anything up. So, one hell of a build to try and accomplish in 12 months, but let's get on with it. Oh, I found a bonnet for it as well. I'm digging the colours. Doesn't quite fit perfectly yet, but what do you expect for a 12-month build, hey? It ain't getting painted, that's for sure. Anyway, as always, customise everything. I am challenging myself. So, I am challenging myself. I am literally challenging myself. I demand satisfaction! It's quiet. A little too quiet.